Belgian police say one of the suspects they were looking for has been neutralised in an anti-terror raid in the suburbs of the capital, Brussels. 4 police officers have also been wounded after gunshots were fired during the operation. Police say they were looking for 2 suspects who were linked to last year's Paris attacks.
The situation at the Rue de Dries is very calm. Police have been deployed. Residents were told to stay indoors. And as you know, there is a school and a nursery, and the building is perfectly secure and sealed off. The parents have been told and are waiting at my office in the communal administration. They are very impatient to see their children, of course, but the children are being perfectly taken care of by the teaching staff, who have also been reassured.
Well, we can now talk to Fred Burton. He is the Vice President of Intelligence at Stratfor. He was also a counter-terrorism agent with the US State Department, and he joins me now live from Austin, Texas. The Paris attacks took place 4 months ago. Authorities clearly think there are Daesh operating in Europe. What are your thoughts?
Well, clearly, when you look at the scope of suspects that have been picked up, close to 20 in Brussels alone that was linked to Paris, it's a fascinating terror cell. What I find the most interesting is that the French police were actually involved with the hunt for the suspects in Brussels. So that shows to me, from a counterterrorism perspective, an unprecedented level of cooperation.
Well, I want to talk about cooperation. How difficult is a raid like this? Authorities, they're still piecing together the role of Belgian nationals who took part in the terror attacks in Paris. And of course, there is intelligence sharing, isn't there?
Significant amount of intelligence sharing. And when you have a tactical component on the ground, meaning French police working hand in glove with Belgian police, that shows you the level of cooperation. I can tell you that would never happen in the United States, meaning foreign police carrying out some sort of joint operation on U.S. soil, as an example. So when you look at that from a tactical perspective, it's unprecedented. What also is fascinating to me is that it appears that the gunmen were perhaps tipped off just due to the firefight. Either they had some degree of counter surveillance on their location, or lookouts posted to be on watch in case the police did show up.
How vulnerable do you think Europe is, given the lack of border controls, or rather how easy it is for people to cross into the different countries?
I think the threat in Europe far exceeds any other place in the world from the standpoint of the targeting of soft targets, like we saw unfold in Paris. Look, these kinds of attacks could break out anywhere throughout Europe, so it does take the kind of cooperation that we've seen unfold today. Even though you did have police officers shot, it appears that it's been a somewhat successful operation, at least hunting down and learning where these suspects were located.
Has communication got better?
Without a doubt. I can remember a day when there was limited to no cooperation, or you would ask for help from some of our European allies, and we would get very little. So when you look at the scope of cooperation today, it's really tremendous.
Fred Burton in Austin, Texas. Good to talk to you. Thanks for your time.